KVGC News Time, 7 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Time for a look at the news for a Thursday. It's the 12th day of April for 2018. In the news for today, road improvements in the city of Jackson, along with increased funding for the county's bus system, were the top agenda items at the latest meeting of the Amador County Transportation Commission. Together with Jackson City Manager Yvonne Kimball, the commission discussed plans for a pair of road projects in Jackson. The first would bring pedestrian improvements to the Highway 88 corridor through the city's commercial core, adding sidewalks and curb ramps. Current plans are to form a partnership between Caltrans, ACTC, and the city of Jackson, so that by pooling resources, they can build more than with just the Caltrans money. However, the project is not without critics. A business owner in the project area addressed the commission, concerned about the loss of parking for businesses that front on Highway 88. The second Jackson Road project discussed were improvements to Hoffman Street between Jackson Junior High and Argonaut High School. Funded by the State Safe Routes to School grant program, the project would improve pedestrian and bike paths for students moving between the two schools. And the commission also voted to allocate just under $50,000 in state funds for low-carbon transit funding to Amador Transit. The funds will be used to expand bus ridership with ride vouchers and increased advertising.
Well, the Calaveras County Board of Supervisors will discuss the idea of a TOT, or transient occupancy tax hike, at next Tuesday's board meeting. County CAO Tim Lutz will update the board on a proposed contract with Government Financial Strategies for assistance in bringing the increase to the ballot per the recommendation of an ad hoc committee. Now, if passed by a 4/5 board majority, the resolution will include a budget transfer of $23,500 to fund the work. Now, the county's current TOT tax of 6% among the lowest in the mother lode. The tax is tacked onto hotel stays and historically in Calaveras County helps pay for the kinds of things impacted by visitors, such as road and other infrastructure maintenance and rescue response services. It also funds the local Calaveras Visitors Bureau. Tuesday's meeting will begin 9 a.m. at Government Center in San Andreas.
And the Amador County Transportation and Public Works Department will reopen Shake Ridge Road from Wandering Hills to Highway 88 tomorrow by 10 a.m. On March 24th, the department closed the road due to concerns over a crack that had developed in the center of the newly reconstructed section of Shake Ridge Road. Over the last several weeks, the county has observed and measured the crack for further movement. No further movement has occurred. So, the road department is currently pursuing a permanent repair. Future short-term closures will be necessary to facilitate that repair, but in the interim, the department is confident that the road is safe for traveling. However, there will be some minor traffic control devices such as signs, cones, barricades, etc., that'll be in place during this interim period to identify the hazard section of the road. You're being asked, if you're traveling through the area, that you use caution and do not disturb or relocate the traffic control devices.
Help needed for the June 5th primary in both Amador and Calaveras counties. With Election Day quickly approaching, there's a shortage of volunteers this year. Now, while the hours and compensation vary some in both counties, the eligibility criteria remains the same. You must be at least 18 years of age, a U.S. citizen or permanent resident or student, at least 16 years of age, with signed permission from both parents and teachers. The ability to read and speak English is mandatory. The ability to speak Spanish is desirable. Poll workers staff polling places where they're responsible for issuing ballots, assisting voters, and closing the polls after voting concludes at 8 p.m. The inspector responsible for managing the polling place, picking up the ballots and supplies prior to Election Day, and returning voter ballots and supplies to the election department on election night. Each poll worker is required to stay until the polls are closed. Necessary paperwork is completed and signed by the polling place inspector. If you're interested or for more information, visit your county's election department online.
And Sutter Amador Hospital will begin offering a new total joint replacement class for community members who have joint pain or are considering a joint replacement surgery in the future. The classes will be held the third Monday of each month, covering a wide variety of topics from the admission process, physical therapy, pain management, and how to prepare your home and caregiver for a successful recovery. The first class begins on Monday, April 16th, and registration is required to attend. Now, these classes are free and available to anyone in the community. Now, to sign up for a class, please call Sutter Amador Hospital Surgery Department or visit sutteramador.org to register for classes online.
And the Amador Central Railroad set to begin its second year of rail car rides this weekend. Now, if you've ever wondered what it was like riding the rails through the open rangeland of Amador County back in the early 1900s, here's your opportunity. The public can now experience a part of Amador County history the second Saturday each month, weather permitting. The rail cars, called speeders, leave the station at 10 a.m., 12 p.m., or 2 p.m., and travel east over the Ione Trestle crossing above Highway 88, then through the Shale Cut, and onto the Sunnybrook turning pad where the cars are turned around for their return trip. Tickets are only $10 a person. Children must be 5 years or older to ride. Ticket sales begin at 9:15 at Lane Station off 104 at the railroad crossing, 2 miles south of Ione. Tickets are first come, first served.
And that is a look at local news on this Gold Country Thursday morning from the KVGC News Center.
I'm JD.
And I'm Jim Geedy reporting. For the latest news 24 hours a day, visit our website, kvgcradio.com.